Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm going to make this really, really quick because I actually have some time to get to sketching, and I have not sketched or painted anything since December of last year. And I had made a promise to myself that I was going to uh, do 2 canvases a month. So I'm kind of slipping. But someone like me, I have a few things that I like to do, talent or gift wise, and I can't help it. It seems like I come up with an idea or I'm motivated to continue doing something. And not that I get sidetracked, sometimes I just give one thing more attention than the other, and it tends to be at the same time. Okay, which is not always good, but I tend to multitask and work good under pressure. So I don't know, but I need to stop doing that. Um, anyways, I hope everyone had a good day today. Um, I had a pretty good day. Pretty good day. Um, Nothing I can complain about. But let me go ahead and first just set everything aside. Lord, I ask that you just go ahead and just remove anything that's in me that's not going to say anything that's either correct uh, or some advice, Lord God, that would give good direction, that would help people make good choices, that would help people to understand certain things better. Um, I hope that someone actually gained something from tonight's message. And that's it. Amen. Um, so I don't know if most people know that right now we're in a moment, we're in a retrograde. And it happened on the 30th of January. That's when it started. Excuse my kids in the background, at least my youngest. He is always up. But and usually during retrogrades, we have a shift around us that happens that kind of disturbs us, or where it surprises us, or you kind of confused as to why certain things are happening. Um, and most of the time, things that happen during these times, they tend to be things that test you, things to see if you have learned your lesson, or things, or where you can handle a certain thing better. And most of the time, it tends to be with people. And I don't know about anyone else, but I've actually have had uh some surprises lately. And most of the time, it don't even have any, these things don't even have to happen during retrograde. This happens most of the time when you decide in yourself that you're either going to change or improve something, or you're going to stop something or give something up. These things and these tests and these storms come about to see if you really are serious on your word to yourself, and at the same time, see if you can handle or react or respond in a better way than you have before. Whether it's how you've treated someone, or it could be how people have treated you and how you will respond to it. So, um, I've had some interesting individuals come around and attempt to keep in communication. And nothing wrong with that. However, I'm at a place of healing and trying to improve and better myself, and better those that are around me, and that's including my children, or even those that I come in contact with, that I care about, and I do business with, or that I converse with. You want yourself to be well so everyone else around you can be well, and that does take time where you have to sit back, take yourself back, kind of isolate yourself, um, for good reasons, not for bad reasons, or depression, or reasons of depression, because when you have depression, that actually, you isolate yourself. When you're down, you isolate yourself. But in order for you to grow, if you look at caterpillars and butterflies, caterpillar has to go ahead and isolate themselves in a cocoon. They have to, remove themselves from the world. And that's something that people need to do at times to regroup, to rejuvenate, to revive, to rediscover some things. And I'm at a place of healing and healing and improving and growing. And it's a good feeling. It gives you a feeling of peace. It gives you a feeling of joy that someone cannot, take away from. Definitely, as long as you continue to master and improve yourself, and to also accept the joy that you can have in life, accept the happiness. We tend to refuse those things. So anyway, I'm going all around because I can go ahead and talk nonstop about this. And I made sure I did this video before going to sleep. So I've taken all day to think about this here and there. But anyways, when you are at a moment of growing and healing, the hardest thing that you have to do sometimes is to say no to people and to let people go. And by letting people go, I mean losing all communications with them, or even putting them at a point of having boundaries with them. And that's another thing I can talk about. When you set boundaries, you need to set them. Like, you cannot go back on them, because that's going back on your word. And then if people can see that you're going back on your word on yourself, they can do anything to you. They can repeat the situation without a doubt. No hesitation. So another thing, keep your boundaries. You have to keep your boundaries. And that's also sets discipline. Set discipline as into how you would want people to treat you, and also how you just are disciplined to not allow people to do certain things, or to say certain things, or to create certain things in your life. Okay, and that's including family too, co-workers, bosses, anybody, anyone that can come in contact with you that can affect your life, whether it's in a good way or bad way. Yes, you have to think about these things, because it's going to affect you or them in some way. See, I'm just going in so many aspects of this. I can touch a lot of topics just by talking about this growing healing stage of my life during this heavy time that some people call retrograde. And I've had people come and try to reconnect, or to talk, or to say things that would engage in us, keeping in contact or something like that. That's both male and females. And it hurts because you have to say no, and then it hurts too because the reaction sometimes you get. I can be very calm and very respectful, and give explanation, which you don't always have to give explanation to people, but I tend to have a habit of doing that because some people just do not understand. Some people have not been in my shoes. Some people have never had situations like this brought forth in front of them to handle these situations. So I tend to explain sometimes why I'm going through this with people, and it's the reactions that I get sometimes. It's sad, because you would think that if these people really do care, and you're honest and letting them know that you want to change and better, that they would have some sense in caring or respecting that. And sometimes, folks say they respect it, but then they start saying that you're difficult. And then they start saying, you too sensitive. You too serious. That stuff was a long time ago. All these types of excuses or pinpoints on their perspective of the situation where it comes off as being selfish and them not taking the time to understand that this is about you and it's not about them. When I truly got to the point of where I was sick and tired and where I really, really wanted to feel something different in my life, really wanted to feel happiness and contentment with just me, if that was the case, it gets you to the point to where you don't want to get rid of that. You don't, if you had an ounce of feeling it, wanting it, you never want to get rid of it. And I just started with this healing process. I just started feeling good about myself and just discovering new things about me, and seeing that the repeated lessons and cycles that I've had did not make me feel good. I can go back and look at pictures from a year or two ago and compared to now, and I just look totally different, as in just how bright, vibrant, and alive that I look. And trust me, I am dead tired, but I feel good. I feel good because I'm anticipating on the full effect of my growth, the full effect of my self-worth, the full effect of my self-love, the full effect of what the Almighty feels about me. I cannot wait. I cannot wait until I'm fully at my purpose. Like the position that I'm supposed to be in. And I'm probably starting right now. I do not know. I have no idea why I just started doing these diary series, why I started painting heavy again about 4 years ago, to the point of where almost a year I really been on a fitness journey. And I've always been athletic. However, I feel like this is the most to me that I feel like I've been the most fit in my life, and that's after the kids that I've had. And I don't know, I just feel really good. So I guess I'm saying all this to say that if you are having people that's coming around right now, and uh, you are at a point to where you are really trying to, heal and discover a better side of you, and where you're focused on your dreams and your goals. And that sometimes takes, being to yourself and being lonely, or being alone. I wouldn't say lonely, but being alone. So you can focus on what you have to do. And if you're at a point to where people cannot understand that, it is okay. I'm trying to tell you, it's okay. Most of us have good hearts, and we don't want to hurt people just because we're trying to do better, because most of the time we're thinking about other people anyways. So if you're at a point of your life where I'm at, please, for one, do not feel bad. Do what you got to do, and do it respectfully. But again, you come first. And it's nothing wrong with explaining yourself, but then at the same time, if you don't want to explain yourself, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to answer to anybody. But communication is always key. You may be communicating to someone will help that person to understand why communication is very important, where you need to sit up here and tell people where you stand on things and where you're going in life, and if they're coming with you or not, because you don't want to lead anyone on. You don't want to play with anyone's time or emotions or waste anyone's time. So I know I'm just going ahead and I'm just saying a lot, but this was all on what was on my head today, just based off of one little conversation, even though there were a few conversations that have started and where I had to quickly end it. This is a time that we all should really, really, really take the time that's given to us seriously. And to, again, not only do the healing and growth, but to find time to see what you can invest in. Find time to see what you can invent. Find time to see how you can help someone. Find time how you can start a business, how you can start a corporation, how you can start a nonprofit organization, how you can start a mentoring or counseling group, or a support group. Just something. We should not be sitting up here and not working on something. We're used to the 9 to 5s. We used to the, getting up and every day and doing this and doing that with jobs and making money and stuff. But then what about us? What about yourself? What about your family? What wisdom can you gain throughout all this that we've been through in the past year, 2, shoot. Some of us been going through things 5, 10 years before COVID. So, I hope this message was welcoming. I hope this message, in some sense, though I had hit points here and there that you had got some understanding. I wasn't trying to have a long video. I really want these videos under 10 minutes at the most. Shoot, maybe even 5 if I can, depending on the topic. But do not let this time of where you are tested make you weak. Take your time to think. Take your time to respond. Take your time for you. Take your time to talk to the Almighty and be guided. Take your time to be you in the moment. But do not repeat cycles. Do not repeat cycles. This year, tell yourself and repeat it to yourself. We're not going to repeat cycles. No matter who's hurt, no matter what you need to close, no matter what you need to shut down, no repeated cycles. All right? Let me see if I can sketch something so I can paint something else. And I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope I'm not irritating to y'all. So, y'all take care, all right? Peace. Don't mind my nails.